Hello and welcome to the video for Tuesday, November 3rd. I'm going to let you guys in from the waiting room. Hello.
Hello.
How's it going, James?
Going away. Just kind of a little bit tired, but I'm still doing away.
Good. Hi, Spike. How are you today?
So far so good. You know,
Good.
still eating all my sister's candy.
So Trevor asked, how was everybody's Halloween? Did you have a good Halloween, Spike?
I spent most of it playing Don't Starve with my friend. I think I mentioned that Monday. And the rest of it I spent eating my sister's candy. So I'd say that all in all that's pretty good.
I think it's pretty good. Nice. Hello, Olivia.
Hola.
Did you have a nice Halloween?
Yes.
Oh, good. And how about you, Trevor? What was yours like? Trevor's, of course, writing in the chat. It was super fun. So did you go to a party, Trevor? I went to a party at a friend's. It was a small get-together. Now, did you really go to a party, or did you just use that kit that you sell with the fake friends? We have to see the pictures. I mean, shh, he says. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you had fun. I hope nobody got sick or anything from that. Well, that's great. And let's see. James says, didn't do much, Trevor. I was practicing speed running Ace Combat 04. That sounds pretty fun. And Trevor, what was your costume? He did Dracula on Vacation. Oh, that's right. That's right. Dracula was going to be with like a Hawaiian shirt kind of thing. Sounds good. Dracula's on vacation, so somebody else, COVID is here in his place, taking all the bodies instead of Dracula. Cool. Well, that sounds like fun. All right. Hello, Amelia. How are you?
Hi, Greg. Doing good. How are you?
Good. Did you have a nice Halloween?
Yeah, had a lot of fun.
Did you dress up?
Yeah, I was Moira from Schitt's Creek.
Okay.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, that sounds fun. Cool. All right. Well, let me see. Let me put you guys in the attendance, and then we can get started. EDU. Okay, so teach, and then attendance tracking. Interactive design. Okay, boom. The attendance is done. Let me go over to the website. Okay. And interactive design. Okay, so I wanted to start out by looking at any ideas that you guys may have for this next project, the game design project. So do any of you guys have any like sketches or written paragraphs or anything that we can look at to get some idea about your game?
I have my background.
You have a background?
Yes.
Okay. Let me go in and look at that. So go, let's see. This is okay. Livia. Oh wait, I gotta go to drive. Okay, type in Livia. And this is 252. And side scrolling background. Okay. Let me go ahead and share my screen here. Okay, guys, this is Livia's idea for the background for the side scrolling game. What are your thoughts?
That's really nice. It looks really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, it looks really, really creepy and scary, huh?
Yes.
Actually looks awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thanks, James. Trevor says it looks cool. I dig the textures. Grady's got some sprites in his folder that we can look at. So Olivia, maybe you can tell us some more about this game. What is going to be the theme of it?
Someone running from someone.
Someone running from someone into the scary forest.
Yeah.
Well,
The character is going to be a silhouette.
a cigarette,
No, a silhouette.
a silhouette.
A silhouette.
Okay, a silhouette, right? And they're going to be being pursued, and so they're running to escape the evil, an unnamed evil in the forest.
Yes.
Oh, that reminds me so much of Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door, though.
Oh,
That-
right, that. Huh? Cool.
Yeah.
I think you should make it a cigarette, and it should be running from something healthy, like an orange. like
No.
all the healthy foods get together to stamp out the cigarette or something like that. And what it does,
No.
it forms an alliance of like coffee and let's see, nicotine. You know,
What is wrong with coffee?
they form a little.
I love coffee.
No, it's things that are theoretically bad for you. You know.
It's not bad.
Well, right. We all know that, but
It's not bad.
cigarette goes into the heroin den to get some allies to fight the battle against the health food. That'd be pretty funny. Okay, so it's a gorgeous, creepy background, and it looks super fun. And then now the lightning back there, is that going to be animated or something?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I like how everything looks kind of like origami paper cutout-y. Does it look that way to you guys? Kind of paper cutouts? Like almost watercolor art, but it looks like it has dimension to it. Yeah, so that looks super fun. It's going to be a nice game. So Trevor says LMAO, pro things that will slowly kill you. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah. Okay, very nice job. So what will you be working on next? The characters?
Yes.
Okay. I like it. Looks very good. Okay.
Thank you.
Now, let's see. I see that Grady has some sprites in his folder. So let me go look at that. 252. Oh, I don't know why, Grady, but this file is like tiny, tiny, toony, tiny. I don't know why. That's crazy. I mean, actually, the preview looks bigger than this. Let's just look at the preview. It'll be a little blurry, but the preview looks better than when I open the file. I mean, it's bigger. Anyway, so these are Grady's sprites for his game, and it looks like he's got a key and a guy and like some kind of, maybe that's a monster. There's a bullet. This looks pretty cool. So Grady, what's the story here? Sprites are small creatures, right? Yep. So they are. So it's pixel art, so it's kind of small. Okay. Yeah. Well, it looks great. What's the story here? Is there like a caveman guy? Or does it take place in like prehistoric times or something? Because he looks sort of, it looks sort of barbarian-esque, but I guess it could be any sort of time. Okay. I'm thinking a minotaur with maybe fantasy magic. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, he does look like a minotaur. And he's got the minotaur key there with the horns. That's pretty funny. It says they look cohesive and reminds me of a cool fantasy theme. I like the key design. Yes, it does look cohesive. It looks like even the door has minotaur horns on it. Maybe the bullet should have minotaur horns too. I mean, we got a minotaur theme going here. Well, those look really nice, and it's cool that you decided to go with pixel art. What a fun choice. Now, also keep in mind though, Grady, that when we view the character, we see him in profile. Okay, so you're going to want to take this minotaur and do a profile version of him, so that he could be, you know, side scrolling basically. Okay, yeah, looks really nice. All right, and then let's see, who else has something?
I put a piece in there.
Okay. Okay. Let me just get back to sort of a normal view here. Maybe I can see it a little easier. Okay.
It's the Pima one.
It's the which one?
It's the Pima email.
Is it this one?
Mm-hmm.
The bullet's gonna be the phone.
Yeah.
She's gonna throw her phone at her mom.
Mm-hmm.
That's hysterical. Shut up, mom.
And then this is my my color palette, like most of it. And then this is part of my background.
Okay, so
And then I'm still working on my character sketches.
okay, so this color palette looks really nice. Those are some nice colors. And then this is like the room that our young princess will be in while she's getting ready for the prom or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Is her mom gonna look pretty bad? Is she gonna look like a monster?
Yes. Yeah, she would have like crazy hair and stuff.
Like Medusa hair with like little things that are moving around, or like she's got this big scary head, but then she has all these tentacles coming out, and there's little tiny heads on them, and they're all saying, "You should have lost weight. You should have invited Robert." You know, all kinds of mom things to say. Okay, well, it's looking great. I like the color palette. The items you have so far looks really good. Don't forget to make your character in profile, right? So she can run and jump and stuff like that. Okay, and then let's see. Trevor says the bullet is a fun choice. Yeah, I agree. That is a really nice choice. Okay, anybody else got anything sketch-wise or otherwise?
I'm currently working on my base human character design because I only have like a base human design on Pisco, so I'm currently working on that right now.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, well, as you guys get these, you know, just upload them and we'll take a look at them during class. It looks like some of you got a really great start on this. Okay, so what I wanted to do today was talk a little bit about how when you get this work done, you can put it into the folder. So I got to find my file here. So see if you can open up that file that you downloaded. Let's see, student files. There should be a folder called like student files. I'm trying to find my actual normal one. Side scroller, except 13. Let's see. I don't know. Maybe it's this. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay. So yeah, see if you can open this file here. If not, you can, it's still on the website. You can download it from last week's class. But anyway, what I want to try to do is talk at first about the character and show you how you could replace this character with your character artwork. Okay. So, you know, if we click on the character, if you click on the character here, you can see in the main screen here, it says player. And so then if you double click on the character, you get 3 different states for this character. One is idle, one is run, and one is jump. And then you have to go down one more level. So in other words, if we go with this first level here and double click on him again, now we get the actual animation of this character doing, in this case, what's called the idle. So if I put this on loop and hit play, there's your character idling, right? Now, one of the simplest ways to do this is to make your character the same size and basically just swap out the symbol. But you could also just do it right here in this symbol itself. What you could do is create a new layer and basically use everything down here as a guide for what you create, right? So let me just show you an example. So I'll make a little guy in like red or something. And of course you can make your character, you know, whatever you want. I'm going to go here to the first frame and I'll create a character, you know, okay, so here's my creepy little character, right? Now, in this character right here, if you grab the playback head and you kind of move it across here, all this character is doing is kind of, they're almost just kind of swaying. They're just kind of doing this sort of movement. Now you can produce that kind of movement simply by, you know, skewing and scaling your character, right? So for example, I can take my character, which is right here, and I can highlight it and I can turn it into a symbol. And I'll just call him Guy, you know. And then what can happen is I can right click on this and I can do something called a motion tween. Now, when you do a motion tween, what it does is it basically says, okay, there's going to be some motion that's going to happen in this time frame. And whatever change I make at any given frame, I want you to make that change to the character, right? So now what I can do is I can go down here to this frame where the first thing is, and I can look at what they did with their character. Okay, it looks like all they did with their character was kind of move him, it looks like a little to the left and a little down. So I could select my character. I could click on this scale tool here. I could, let's see. I got to remember how to do this. Maybe it's my option key. Okay, yeah. So the option key will let me scale him down a little bit, right, from the top. And then there's a skew function in here where I can kind of, let's see. I'm going to have to find my skew option over here. Hold on a sec. I got to close you guys up for a second so I can find this. Okay, where is skew? They changed it in this, let's see, I think it's the transform panel. Yeah, here we go, transform. Okay, in the transform panel, you have this thing called skew. And so you can click on skew and you can click here and you can basically take your character and move him one direction or the other, right? So all I did was I scaled my character down a little bit and then I skewed him over. So it looks like he's doing this kind of a thing, right? He's just kind of going down, right? Now I can go to the next one and see what this one does. Okay, it looks like now in the next one, he's kind of leaning forward. So I move my playback head there. I can stay on the skew here, and I can lean him forward a little bit, like that. Okay, and then let's see what the next one is. The next one, he scales up a little bit. So sure enough, I'm gonna click on my character there and hold down my option key and scale him up a little bit. And then the last one, it looks like he's back to normal, right? So this last one, I'm probably gonna have to turn on my onion skin here, this button right here, drag this all the way back here and see where what he looks like normally. And then what I'll do is I'll scale him up, I'll skew him over, and I'll basically try to get him back to pretty close to normal if I can figure out what the heck that is. Okay, and now I'll turn my onion skin on. All right, so now if we watch this whole thing, he starts out like that, he squishes down, he slides over, he scales back up and gets kind of in a similar position to the one he started in. So now when we hit play, you know, we've got my guy doing this kind of thing. He's obviously doing a much more pronounced version of the idle than the other guy, right? Now, this is just one way to do an idle. You guys don't have to use this method. This is maybe just an easy method for doing it, right? Another method would be, you know, to have an actual character that just kind of like, you know, let's say they have arms and legs, torso and a head. And what they do is basically, they just kind of, you know, bend their knees a little bit, move their whole body down and move their arms a little bit. You know what I mean? They could just be going, it's like a person who's been running, who's, you know, grabbing a breath and his body is going up and down and maybe his arms are moving a little bit, right? Now mine is an exaggeration, but it was also pretty easy to do and pretty easy to demonstrate, right? Now, here's the deal. If in fact, you know, once you get something that you like, right, you can take that and you can move it into the position where this guy is. You want to have it be exactly where this guy is, right? Or you could just switch this guy with that guy by turning this into a symbol, right? So let me show you how that would be done. So let's say we really like this guy here. And so what I want to do is I want to take this whole row of things and I want to turn him into a symbol, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this entire thing here. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to do copy frames, right? Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the main scene, scene 1 here. And I'm going to find my guy in the library. Find this guy right here. Okay, here's my little guy, right? Now, this guy is currently a symbol, right? And if I double click on him, there's nothing really going on inside of him in the symbol that he is, right? But if inside of him, I select a series of frames, here I'll just select this many, and I right click and I say paste frames. Okay, you cannot place the symbol inside of itself. Okay, so it doesn't like that. So let's see, let me try, oh, I know, I'll break them apart. Hold on a sec. Guy, where's the guy? I can't see him. Oh, bummer, hold on a sec. All right. All right, there we go. Okay, so I'm back. I have this little symbol here. Sorry, I have to keep going back until it lets me actually deal with it. Okay, here we go. All right, so here's my symbol. Now, it won't let me paste the symbol inside of itself, so it doesn't like that. So what I can do is I can break this guy apart. I'm hoping this will work. I'm going to break him apart, and I'm going to turn him back into a symbol. And this time I'm going to call this guy Big Guy. Okay. All right, now he's a movie clip symbol. Now I'm going to double click on him. It's going to give me the timeline. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to try and paste these frames. oops, what happened to, oh, shoot. It, I went backwards before I copied the frames. So now I'm going to go back here and copy the frames again. So I got to double click on this guy and then double click on him again. Okay, here we go. So sorry, thanks for your patience here. So I basically am going in here, copying the frames. I'm going back to the main scene. Now this one I broke apart into and turned into a new symbol, so it had a different name because it says you can't paste a symbol inside of itself. So let me double click on this. Now let me try pasting my frames in here. Okay, good, it worked. Okay, so now what I have is I have a symbol which is this, it's the symbol is this guy idling, right? Okay, so now when I go back, what you see is the symbol just looks like this. But what it is, you place it on the stage like that, but what it is the guy idling. And this symbol is called big guy. All right, now watch this. I'm going to delete this guy off the stage. I'm going to go back in here and I'm going to delete this layer that has the guy, my guy on it, until I'm left with just this dude right here. Okay, now if I click on this guy, he has a name, I assume. Okay, this is a movie clip. Okay, he doesn't have a name, which is kind of a pain in the butt. And so, but what I want to do is I want to switch him with my symbol. Okay, so what I do is I go over here to properties and I click on this button here, which is called swap symbol, right? And so I click on this and I just go find my thing called big guy, which is this, and I hit OK. So now what happens is my big guy symbol takes the place of that little idling guy, right? So now when I go back to the game, it's my guy that's in the place instead of the black and white guy, right? And so now when I test the game, it should show my guy there. Now he might be in the wrong location. Yeah, there he is, see? So see, now my guy is in the game and he's idling right there. Now, obviously, I want him to be a little higher up. And so I have to take this and put it up a little bit, test the movie again. Okay, and you can see that it started out dropping in the other guy. So I'm gonna have to find those few frames of animation and figure out where that is. So I'm just testing this and trying to get him in the right place. Yeah, for some reason it always puts him down low and I just don't really understand that. That's pretty bizarre. Well, I'll just go nuts and put him way up here and see if that helps. It doesn't help at all. He just always ends up down at the floor. So that must be in the programming. I guess it doesn't really matter. It just puts him in a certain location regardless of where you start him. It always drops him in at the bottom there. So, okay, now the same is true of, so we can mess around with that. But the same is true of the other states of this guy, which are the running and the jumping states. So once again, this time it's this guy that's holding everything. So if I double click on him, we see him in the idle state, right? But when we go to the running state, we see the other guy. So, and if I double click on this guy, we can see it's set up in exactly the same way. But in this case, there's only 3 frames. There's the guy with his arms like this. There's the guy with his arms moved a little, and then there's the guy with his arms like that again. So essentially, it's 2 frames. The same frame is at the beginning and the end, and the middle frame is just him moving his arms. Now, you guys don't have to abide by this. You guys could do much more than that. And so I would do the same thing here. I would make a layer on top of this. I would make my little character here. I'll just do it for grins. So, and it's not going to look like the same character because I'm just like hacking it or whatever. But, let's just get this weird looking guy again. And let's give him, he looks like a really scary kind of wrong bear kind of thing. Like something went wrong with this bear. Okay, so we know that he's going to be like that in the very first frame. We right click and we say create motion tween. Oh, I'm sorry, I have to convert it into a symbol. Okay, so I'm going to convert this and I'm going to call this run one. Okay, and then what I do is I come down to here and I'm going to insert a keyframe here of the symbol again. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to break it apart. And I'm going to go in here. I'm going to erase part of it. And I'm going to move his arms into a new location. Now, once again, I'm just doing a completely, silly version of this. And you guys would probably spend more time with better graphics, right? But anyway, I'm just going to erase his arms and put the arms back in a different location. So there's this one going like this, and then this one kind of disappears behind his body or something like that, right? Okay, and then, so let's see. And then at the end, I could grab this symbol again. Let's see, copy. Now, what happened to my motion tween? It seems to have disappeared. Oh, I see. It's because this guy's a symbol. Oh, okay. Hold on a sec. Let me redo this. Clear keyframe. Okay, there we go. So when you use these motion tweens, what you have to do is you have to actually make changes to the character. So what I would have to do here is I'd have to stretch him out or something. And let's see now. I think what they must have done was they must have had two layers. One's the guy and one's his arms. So yeah, that's what they did. So I have to rethink this. So what I have to do is break it apart. Let's see, modify. Oh, come on, symbol, break apart. Oh. All right, it's not going to break apart for me. I don't know why. All right, I'm just going to start over. Okay, so now we have a monster. Oh, come on. This is kind of messing me up. Okay, remove motion tween. Okay, start over. So now I know I have to make two layers. So, okay, so we make the scary bear guy without arms. Okay, and then I mean, I can make this a motion tween, but it doesn't really matter because he's not really doing anything. Okay, fine. Okay, so now we're going to make a new layer, and this is going to be his arms. So we're going to put one arm like this. Okay, and then we're going to turn that into a symbol and call it right arm. Okay, and then I'm going to make another arm for him. And let's see, let's just make this one like this. Modify, convert to symbol. Okay, left arm. Okay, good. So now I've got these two little symbols here that are on their own layer, right? Now, once again, I can create a motion tween. Let's see, multiple objects, you must convert them to a symbol. Okay, fine. Oh, shoot. Yeah, it's being very problematic here. Okay, I think that the way that I would rather do this, it would make a lot more sense to me, is I can come down here and I can insert a keyframe, which is just my arms again, and then I can just rotate them. I can grab this symbol and grab the anchor point here and drag it up to his shoulder. And then what I can do is that allows me to move the arm a little bit, right? Then I can go to this other one, do the same thing, and move that arm a little bit, like this. And then I can go back to the original one, copy that keyframe, and paste. Oh, shoot, why did it kill that one? Copy keyframe, where are you? Copy frame. Okay, and then let me put it in down here. Paste frame, all right. It didn't work, okay. What a drag this is. Okay, let me see. So if I copy that keyframe, I should be able to copy this keyframe. Right click. Well, screw it. I'm just going to copy them. Copy. I'm going to go down here, insert a blank keyframe, and I'm going to paste these in place. Okay. Sorry, that was a big pain in the butt. But anyway, what I did was I determined that it wasn't going to be very easy to do this as a motion tween. So what I did was I made one layer that is the bear's body, right? And that's just the same the whole time. I made a second layer that's just the bear's arms. And what I did instead of a motion tween, I made each one a symbol and I put them in one location in the first frame. I put them in a different location in the second frame, and then back in the same location in the third frame. Now, if instead of using a motion tween, I use a classic tween, what it should do is, make these arms move like that, and then I turn the bear on, and now, yes, I'd like to thank the Academy for my award for animation. It looks like he's doing some kind of creepy, dance or something like that. Anyway, so that's my creepy bear animation. Okay, now let me stop this. Now, let me go ahead and once again replace this guy, now the running guy, with my creepy bear. Okay, so what I'm going to do is copy all these frames. So right click, copy frames. I'm going to go back to the main scene here. And I'm going to get, what did I call that guy? Library. Oh, now I got to remember what I called this guy. I can't remember for the life of me. Oh, did I call him Run One? Yeah, I call him Run One. Okay. So now I take the Run One guy. Let's see, if I double click him, he's got nothing in there, right? And I paste in my symbols. Let's see, paste frames. There we go. Oh, I got to paste in both layers. Okay. So now I got to go back to here and here. Okay, and I got to get this layer here, which is just his body. Okay, and now let's see. This thing here. No, it's not background, it should be player. Okay, new layer, paste frames. There we go. Okay. And then like this. Okay. So now I have this guy here, which is called Run One. And so now, once again, I can delete him off the stage. I can open this up. I can go to this guy right here. Let's see. Just want this guy. And right now it's showing both of them. Let me see. Let me turn that off. Okay. Oh, I think I could, maybe I can just delete that guy. No, it won't let me do that. Break apart. Okay, there we go. Get rid of that guy. Okay, so now I go into run and I've got this symbol here, which is this guy. And I want to swap him out. Let's see, I'm just going to turn him into a symbol, modify, convert to symbol, whatever. Okay, So now I'm going to try and swap this guy out with my run one. So I click on this. I go down here to run one and I switch it. And now I've got my bear. He's way up there. Who knows where he's supposed to be. And then we can try it out. Okay. Okay, so here he is when he's idling, he's the creepy bear. And then when he's running, he's the like doo-wop bear that's doing this kind of, oh, come on, yeah, everybody, come on, let's join the party. Okay, granted, that was probably the creepiest animation you've ever seen in your lives. But, and I apologize for not doing a very clear demo here, but the idea is simple. Create a character and profile, you know, make it so that they have separate appendages so that you can do things like bend their knees and move their arms. And then in the idle state, you can just have them, you know, shrink down a little bit with their knees bending and then have their arms a little move. That'll be the idle state. In the running state, you can have their legs move a little bit and their arms move a little bit. And then of course, in the jumping state, which is the third one here, all that happens in the jumping state, well, in this particular game, they didn't do anything different in the jumping state. But in some of the games, the demos that I showed you that the students did, they actually had their character like kind of squash down at the beginning and then stretch up when they jumped. So you could do the same thing. You could do a little, you know, motion tween or something of them, you know, stretching and jumping like that. Now, of these different options that I use today, you know, some of them, the first one was just sort of squashing and stretching and skewing this character with the transformation tools. That's the easiest way to do it. And if you think it will work with your character, you can do everything like that. But I think I preferred, you know, despite how weird this animal looks, I think I preferred the method of actually using keyframes and classic tweens to make the character move in a way that I wanted it to move, because it gave me more control. The motion tween was really just about, you know, like I said, skewing a character. That works to a certain degree, but it also looks sort of amateurish. And here I can have exact control over everything that I want. Now, just for grins, let's open up some of those student files and let's see what their characters look like, so we can see how they did it. So let me move this whole thing up here again. Let's go back to the student folder. Let's see. And the fun thing is going to be finding which one of these. Okay, here we go. So let's see. Don't tell me this was a year ago. So it was fall 2019. Okay. Okay, here we go. Fall 2019. Actually, you know what? I think I have them open. I think I have them in my quick links for this. Because we opened them before. So if I go open recent, yeah, see, like here's Cassandra Thompson's. Okay, so here is, once again, this is Cake Boy, right? And so if we double click on Cake Boy, we get the 3 states of Cake Boy. If we double click on him in the idle state, we can see what Cassandra did to make him idle. And you can see she didn't use the motion tweens here. She actually used the classic tween so she could make each one of these positions be a little different. Well, all she did was have him kind of float up and down. And that's a perfectly acceptable kind of idle, is to have your character float up and down. Okay. All right, so let's stop that. Let's see what she did for the running. And some of these students may not have done very much in these different cases. Okay, hold on a sec. Let me go back. Let's see, running. Oh, come on. I'm not sure why this program hates me so much. All right, let's see. Let's turn this off. And if we click here, are we able to double click on this or double click here? No, we can only double click on the guy. Come on, show us the running. Ah, Sorry, guys, I'm having a rough time with this one. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. I see what it is. I was looking for something that wasn't there. Okay, basically, in the idle, he just floats up and down. In the running state, she just has him angled forward. So he's just basically moving forward like that. And in the leap state, she has him stretched up. Okay? Nothing much going on there. So if we watch this game, you can see all this stuff in play. So there he is. He's just floating up and down, which is his idle state. When he runs, he just simply leans forward. And when he jumps, I can't remember. Let's see. How do you jump with this guy again? I forget. I'm sorry. I wish I remembered what the command. Oh, there it is. When he jumps, he just stretches up. So actually, that's very effective. His floating is the idle, which is super easy to animate. His run is leaning forward. And his jump is simply a stretch up. Okay, so that's a great example of some really simple, and all three of those could be done very easily. The stretch could be done with the motion tween, right? The tilt forward can just be done with rotation. And then the floating up and down, she did that with classic tweens, just moving him into different positions and then tweening in between them. Let's see what some of the other ones are. I see there's one called Lumberjack Game. Oh, here's one by Heather. Okay, and I suspect just right out of the gate that this is going to be very similar. They probably all did something very similar. So in the idle state here, yeah, once again, he's just floating up and down. Yeah, I'm certain this is the same. Yeah, in the running state, he's just leaning forward, and in the jumping state, he's just scaled up. So if we watch this one, it's basically identical to the last one. So yeah, this is the easiest way to do it. But if you want to get more complicated, you can. Now, you see how this one isn't really working? It's making some kind of an error. I want to make sure you guys knew this one point that I point out in the game or on the website. When you make your own version of the game, you have to save it in the same folder that the game came in, because it accesses all the files in the folder in order to work. So in other words, if you find that folder called student files, and in there it says something side scroller, and in there is the main game and a bunch of other files, when you create your game, save it under a different name inside the same folder. Like, call it Greg's game.fla, for me, and save it inside the same folder. And that way it'll have access to all the same files and it'll work. If you save it anywhere else, it will not work because it won't have access to all those files, right? Okay, let me see if I've got even one more example for you. Well, what I would like to do is, let's see, on. Let's see, student files, okay. Part 13, let me download this student files one. I had one that I couldn't show you last week, and I want to see if there's any way I can get it to show, or at least even show some of the graphics, because it's really a good one. Yeah, I'm having a tough time here. I just cannot find her file. I was hoping it would be in here. Well, you know what I'll do? I'll contact this student and ask her if she can send it to me. Yeah, I don't seem to have the final version. Okay. Anyway, like I said, I'll contact her and see if she can send it to me. But all right. So anyway, I see that Trevor asked a question a long time ago. Is that with the free transform tool? Yes, of course, it is the free transform tool, which is this one right here, which I use to skew everything. Okay, so at a minimum, you guys can make your character float for the idle. You can tilt him forward for the run, and you can stretch him up for the jump. And that's all pretty easy stuff to do. Now, if you want to get more sophisticated than that, you're welcome to. If you want to put arms and legs on it and actually make it look like it's running, you can. The file that I want to show you, the student, she put a little girl on a scooter, you know, like a moped. And she had the wheels turning on the moped, and then she had the moped kind of moving up and down like they do when they're running. And so it was a really cute idle. And then of course, when it moved, all she had to do was move the moped across the screen. And because the wheels are turning, it looked like it was going. And then when she jumped, she just angled it, right? So that you know, wheeled vehicle was a really good choice for a character, a player in this game. So yeah, like I said, I'll get her to send that to me, and then I can demonstrate it for you. Okay, so once again, sorry that the demo wasn't as clear as mud today, but hopefully you guys got the idea of how to go in here and make changes to the character. We figured out that there's a very simple way to do the idle, the run, and the jump, and so that should help you guys out. So what you need to do now is work on your characters and your backgrounds. And then, you know, when you get ready to put these in, give it a shot. If you have any trouble or issues or questions, just let me know. Any questions right now from you guys?
Nope.
Okay, so I'm going to give you some time to work on this. You know, remember that you're doing, you know, all of the different elements in this. So you're doing the character with all these different states of idle, running, and jumping. You're doing the background, and you're doing those extra elements like the door, the key, the bullet, the monster, right? Okay, so go ahead and work on those. I'm going to turn my video off, but I'll be right here if you have a question to ask.
Thank you.
Thank you.